All right, here we go. I called it the HBCU Grad internal meeting. I think, that's something cool, but we'll have to figure out what we're going to call it. We
Okay.
can call it the Kalen and Ty show if we want to. It don't matter. But I think,
Good.
yeah, I think this will be a good place to just kind of just let people know how we think and how we go about making our decisions, and just put another piece of content out here.
Right,
So
right.
we can call it the HBCU Grad Internal Meeting Podcast, episode number 1. But before we got on here, we started talking about the uh, the endowments. Tell me what you just told me.
Yeah, so pretty much everybody has been talking about, this discussion of I think her what's her name?
McKin-
Mackenzie, yeah, Mackenzie Scott.
yeah, it
Uh,
used to be Bezos.
right, right. And I don't know what's been going on, but like in the last year, she's donated like at least 1.6, 1.7 billion dollars in HBCUs.
She
And
got divorced. She got divorced from the Amazon founder.
yes, the money been getting put to good use. And
You're right.
yeah.
Now, what did she do yesterday? So I was reading a little bit in it, and I saw that who was it? Howard, Xavier, and who else got 20 million, and that was the biggest donation from a single donor.
Hampton.
Him.
Hampton was one of them. That was their biggest donation for the school thus far. Tuskegee.
Okay.
Tuskegee was another one. Spelman and Morehouse.
So no Bethune Cookman, no fam. What's up with that?
I think I think most of the time the argument really is not who is getting the most financial support or who is the most stable, but who's getting the most recognition when it comes to being in the public. And
Right.
like in this case, you're right. Like Owen Cookman, FAMU, Edward Waters, North Carolina A&T, Fisk University, Tennessee State. Like there are more schools out there that people aren't seeing getting mentioned as much as they like for it to be. And it's a tough thing, is because at the same time with HBCUs, we're not obviously at that level in terms of perception when it comes to the Ivy Leagues or Stanford or schools like that. And
Right.
it kind of gets under people's skin whenever they see the same schools getting the same amount of support all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, what did you say? What is the total endowment for HBCUs all the way, all HBCUs? Period.
So as a collective, the HBCU endowment total is currently around 2.1 billion.
2.1 billion.
Now that seems like a lot, but when you average it out in comparison to private schools, like there are at least 60, 65 private schools within the nation that have endowments of 1 billion, individually. You know what I mean? That's just private schools.
So
And
you got every HBCU total 2.1 billion endowment.
2.1 billion.
And I'm looking up the Harvard endowment alone is 40.9 billion. So all HBCUs together, the Harvard endowment is 20 times the amount of all HBCUs together.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's a major problem.
That's a major, major problem. Like people don't understand. Like these endowments go a long ways because this is before anybody else gets any additional donations. This is the primary funds that institutions can use to, build out the institution. Provide more resources for students, or even like expand on any major projects they got within campus, or just outreaching themselves as an institution. And more and more HBCUs not getting consistent donations or even being able to build out their endowments, it's a lingering problem that isn't talked about as much as it should be.
Yeah, we're interviewing Tiffany Williams from uh, the Gively app, and she has an app where you can give, and I think that's going to be a good conversation. So I'm gonna bring that up to her. We're gonna do that tonight. Well, July. What's today? July 29th.
Uh,
I think so.
the 28th or the 29th, one of them.
Because I think the 30. So yeah, the 31st is Friday. So July 29th, in the evening, we're gonna interview her, and then spoke with a lady from that graduated from Howard, and they raised something like 600 grand in like the last 60 days. Something crazy. So we're going. So I was talking to her about doing a T-shirt of HBCU grad, and I think it's the Anti-Racism Fund. That's what it is.
Okay.
And we're gonna do a collab T-shirt and donate all the proceeds to things that they donate to, like the anti-racism, like George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, those types of things that help out those causes,
Yeah.
help to bring justice. So I'll talk to her yesterday. So that was a good conversation. So I wanted to go over our numbers from last month. But before we start, which HBCU do you think is the most lit right now? Like, which is having most kids want to go there? What do you think? From just ear to the street.
That is that's a super super good question. If I were to say anybody, it's between. I'm seeing a lot of people talk about Prairie View.
Okay.
Like I'm seeing a lot of people talk about them. I'm seeing people talk about Southern.
Okay.
I'm still talking about North Carolina A&T and FAMU.
That's the one I'm seeing. North Carolina A&T. Like these kids are on North Carolina A&T. Like the Stars kids are going there. When the Stars kids are going someplace, it's lit.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go back to our numbers from last month. Let's see. So we're gonna do June and July.
Okay.
So June and July, our gross sales was $5,920.
Okay.
And that's gross. And you got to take shipping away from that. You have to take cost of goods sold away from that, taxes, advertising. So we spent about $630 in ads. So pretty much 600 to 6,000. So it's 10 times return on ad spend, which I think is pretty good. For us just getting serious about merch. So we're just getting serious about merch. How long do you think we should have? How long ago did you think we should have done and got serious about merch? Do you think it's the right time, or do you think we're way late, or what do you think?
Honestly, looking at how the world has gone in the last few months, I would say that it was the right move as far as like trying to gear up towards 2020. It was just turns out to be wrong time. You know what I mean? I think that it was a lot of things that were set in motion for this year.
Mm-hmm.
And, due to the circumstances, I mean, obviously, we keep the ball rolling, but I think it was just good timing, all around. There was so much that was going on this year. It
Right.
was nothing but opportunities to capitalize off of. You know what I mean? I mean, we definitely could have started earlier if we wanted to, but I say as far as timing and capitalizing off the momentum that we have now, it was a good time. Because you know what I mean? I think we was talking the other day, when I first got on, it was like 2 years ago. Like we was around like 40,000,
Mm-hmm.
right around there. And now we pretty much doubled that audience.
Yeah.
And just by showing love and just highlighting our graduates and the accomplishments that our institutions have been having, even just going through history of our HBCUs, just showing off that love is put us where we're at now. So
All right. That post that you put up today, whoa, the other day. Remember that post went crazy with the dude acting like the band, the different section of the band. Man,
yeah,
that went crazy. Did you know it was gonna go crazy?
honestly, I figured it was going to get just a good amount of responses just because I think throughout quarantine, I've seen a huge surge in like HBCU parody videos and just
Yeah,
like challenges and stuff like that, especially with the introduction of TikTok really blowing up this year. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, that's I didn't think that it was gonna go that big,
yeah.
but I thought it was gonna attract a couple of people to be in the comments, at least for some band members or some
Right,
old heads to resonate and be like, yeah, that was me in my section right there.
right.
Yeah,
That thing went crazy, man. That thing went crazy. So, going back to our numbers, we did pretty much 6 grand. I think we would have quadrupled that if we had enough inventory. So, with this being like our first run, we had like 400 pieces, and found out that the mediums and larges sell the most. So we sold out of the mediums and larges so fast. It was crazy. So now we only have like smalls, XLs.
right.
Then um, nobody, people didn't buy the XLs, but we had a lot of people wanting the 2, 3, and 4Xs.
Mm.
So with this run, we're gonna drop another one on August 1st. That's gonna be Saturday. We got some 2Xs, 3Xs, and 4Xs coming through. So I think that'll do well. And what else did I learn from this first run? Um, I learned that black outsells everything. Black shirts outsell the white shirts, which outsold the red shirts. So the blacks and the whites are pretty much sold out, and the reds we still have like 100 of them. So I knew the retail theory that black and white sells the best, but I just wanted to try a color. So we have to kind of keep that in mind. Maybe do limited runs on our colors. Do a smaller run, and then have more sizes. But the sizes cost so much from Alpha Broder. They cost like for a 3X is like $3 more. So we're gonna have to put that into the cost. Also, the photo shoots. Did you like the photo shoots? How the
Yeah,
picture?
yeah, yeah. I went up on the website. I was able to see the new ones that you had dropped with the shirts and the hats. Those
Yeah,
are fun.
yeah. The photographer Stretch, he's nice, and I think the photo shoot makes everything. Remember, we used to take pictures of the shirts and just rock. Man, that photo shoot is everything. I think
It's a
people,
game changer.
huh?
It's a game changer.
It's a game changer. Yep. So so that photo shoot, we learned from that, and learned a lot. So August 1st, which is Saturday, depending on when people watch this, August 1st, 2020, we're gonna drop another one and see what they do. But Facebook, Instagram ads go crazy, and most people that bought from us are over 35 and 40, and most people came from Facebook.
Mm.
You would think it would be most people coming from Instagram, but Facebook. You ever seen like a 60-year-old going through Facebook? How slow they go through
Gotta have those glasses up front and stuff.
it. Right? So they're really consuming it. How kids, we just go through it like and I don't care what happens with it. So yeah, so that was something else that I saw. So in the fall, so what is it? So it's end of July, August. I'm thinking Labor Day, we should drop hoodies. What do you think about that?
I like it. I like it.
Should we come earlier, later? What do you think?
I would say, honestly, not a. It could be around Labor Day, but I will push it back maybe about a week or two. Just because um, more people are going to be focused on being comfy. If we being honest with you, this fall, it's less emphasis being put on what to gather for a homecoming fit and
Mm,
stuff like that. You know what I mean? Everything is canceled, so
right.
I think hoodie season is going to be in full effect
Yeah.
um, this year. So yeah, I'd say about a week or two in the range of that for sure.
Right. And the reason I was thinking Labor Day because it's not Labor Day. What is that? But everybody's kind of sitting at home and it's a quote unquote holiday. And then when we drop it and send it to our text list and email, people may not be doing anything. So I figure, that'd be a good solid day to just drop it. You know, I like August 1st for this new one because one, it falls on a Saturday, and then it's the first of the month. You know, everybody gets their checks on the first of the month. So, I think that'll be a good day for that. So we'll see. We'll play it by ear. And
Right.
then for the designs, should we just come with a bunch of colors for the hoodies? Just a bunch of different colors?
Um, Honestly, it was just an idea that I've been pondering. I think I told you about it before, but we should get like see if we can get a good idea of maybe the top two or three, HBCU communities that we have, with that HBCU grad, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. We could do colors, but you feel me? If say like most of our people is coming from FAMU, you know what I mean? Like we can mess around and drop like a green and orange or orange and green, or you know what I mean? Like A and T, you know what I mean? Like obviously people are growing there. Like their student population is pretty much done nothing but grow within these last few years. We can mess around and drop, a blue and yellow one.
Yeah.
We really got a lot of people that are following us that go to A&T. We could play it just by ear.
Right.
Whoever's community is bigger, within
Right.
our channels.
I had an idea around that too. I was thinking on, let's say, FAMU's Founders Day. I think it's October 4th, 1887. We do an orange and green shirt. On the back of it, have COLAC as College of Love and Charity, and
Okay.
then have number 87 on the back for 1887, and do it like a jersey style T-shirt, and then come with the green and orange hoodie and sell it in a bundle.
Ooh.
And only do a 1-day sale.
Ooh. That's cold.
You like that one?
That's cold.
Hey, I'm talking about cheers to that.
That's cold. I like that. That's cold.
That's what I was thinking. Like, come with something just a 1-day, so we'll just rock out in 1 day and see what it does. You like that one?
That's a smooth idea. We could really do some sales upon Founders Days,
Right.
for schools. Yeah, that's smart.
Like, and think about on January 5th, Kappa Founders Day, and you got the red and white HBCU grad.
Let's go.
And on the back, you got number 11. Like you can just play it off the frat sororities and the Founders Days.
For sure.
So I'm thinking about, something like that. So yeah, I like that idea that you came with, because we can kind of just put them all together.
Right. At the same time, it would be us, pretty much showing love for them, following us, for so many of them following us, we might as well, show that representation, just like they've been holding down with their representation,
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, cool. So we had an issue with the supplier this last time. Well, for Saturday. So we ordered, let me see exactly what we have coming in. And I may be a little off, but I think, let's see. So we have 100 black tees, 100 white tees, 50 white hats, 50 hoodies, and then we were supposed to have another 50 hats, but ordered them from Alfred Broder. And when they came, when Alfred Broder delivers, it's all cash on delivery.
Okay.
Where we get our shirts and our hats from. And when it comes, the first time they came, it said cash on delivery. So I just pulled the money out of my pocket. I was about to, just give the UPS man the cash.
Right.
And he was like, "No, man, you got to come with a money order." So I'm like, "All right." So I go get a money order. So he comes back the next day. We're cool. So this time everything came except for the hats. And they said the hats will come because I think everything else came out of Chicago, or everything came out of Harrisburg, and the hats came out of Chicago, something like that. And the white hats came, but I had a money order for the white hats and the black hats. So when he dropped the white hats, I needed to take him to the screen printer the next day. And he so he was like, no, I'm gonna take the hats back. I'm like, no, I need those hats. So I'm gonna give you this money order. So the money order was for the black and the whites, but I only got the whites. So then, they usually come together, but it's been so busy for them as well.
Right.
And maybe I think it was 4 days later. So I got them on a Thursday, and then it was supposed to be here that next day. Then they didn't come to Monday, where we didn't have one. So then they came back the next day. I said, we've already paid for it. And they said, well, we can't give it to you unless we have another money order. I'm like, we've already paid for them.
Right.
So took them back, shipped them back. And I had to get on the phone with Alfred Broder for about an hour. They finally figured out how they're going to handle it. They said they had never seen a problem like this. So Alfred Broder had to wait for the credit department to credit our shipment back in, give us credit on our account. Then once they got the okay from the credit department applied that to the shipment. They finally shipped them back out, and we got the black hats like 2 days ago. So we don't have any more black hats for Saturday, but our screen printer can make them up pretty fast. So we'll probably have them. If we don't have them Saturday, we'll have them, Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that. So yeah. But that's part of business. You have things like that happen. But Alfred Broder really took care of it, and really look at him in an even better light now that they handled it the proper way for us. So
right.
That was a good thing. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about was our screen printers. So I believe in having 2 of everything. Well, really, we should have more than 2, but I think we're going to need probably 4 or 5 screen printers eventually.
Okay.
We have 2 right now. So one guy, when I initially went to him, he said the price to screen print was going to be $8. I'm like, come on, man, that's ridiculous. And then
per shirt, right?
Yeah, per shirt. Then we, we selling them for $10, so I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So then we negotiated. He's down at $4. Then he made the initial run of shirts and didn't put the tag in them. I don't know if this shirt has a tag in it. Can you see it? Yeah. You see that HBCU Grad right there?
Yeah.
So that tag is everything, because that's what makes it really look official. So you need to have the tag. So he charged us $4 without the tag. Then we came back. I'm like, man, but I told him we needed the tag in there. So I came back and told him we need the tag in there. He did it the next time for it, which was okay. Does really good work. If he says it's going to be done on a Monday, it probably won't be done until Friday. But he does good work. And he tried to charge us a little higher, but okay. So when the initial order wasn't ready, I went to find some more screen printers. I found another guy that does it, and he has a nice setup, been doing it for 30 years.
Right.
And when he initially came to us, he said the price is pretty much going to be $4 or $3.85. But if you order over $270 or $280, then the price drops to $3.10. And when the hats, I don't have a hat right here with me. The hats are like a heat transfer. So you have heat transfer and embroidery.
Okay.
Heat transfer is much cheaper, which is just like the tag here. And then embroidery, is that stitching, which is, that's the high quality stuff.
Right. That's the high price stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So the first guy who charged too much is not going to be on time, but does good quality work. He charges us $4 for the heat press, which is really cheap. The other guy that we went to, I think his quality of work is good, but I don't think it's as good as the other guy. You can't really tell unless you're really looking at it with a magnifying glass.
Right.
But he has great communication, is offering us credit terms where we won't have to pay for 30 to 60 days. But I'm paying them half up front and half when I pick it up, just to establish that rapport.
Right.
And then he offered embroidery at the same price that the other guy offered heat press.
That's tough. That's
you know,
I was
so
about to ask you about that too, is because if you said embroidery, like that's that makes all the difference right there. I don't know.
that's a big deal. So you got a guy that tried to stick us up for $8, does great work. He does great work. But he's not going to be on time all the time from what I've seen. He hasn't been on time. Then you have another person who's cheaper initially, who may not be as great, but still really good work, great communication, and is willing to let us know about things because we're kind of new in the manufacturing the clothes game.
Right.
So what do you think? What do you think? Do you think that we should feel a certain type of way? Should we still keep using both of them? Should we just go with the one? What are your thoughts just on that whole situation?
Personally, I see exactly where the problem is. I mean, the first guy already has like established quality of work. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to overlook that. But at the same time, I mean, we're talking embroidery. Like embroidery, you can mess the whole game up with that. Like
Yeah.
design, right? Any design that we want to put out, just like with the jersey shirt that you was talking about, if we're able to get the back, like that back part embroidered and stuff like that, that makes all the difference when it comes to a customer being like, I might take a look at it later on versus them being like, nah, I need to get this now before it sells out. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I would say keep both as far as like the heat press, but I mean we are gonna need somebody for stitching. So
Yeah.
I would say keep both of those in your pocket for sure.
Right. Yeah. I've used both of them, but I have both of them doing half of the order that first time, and then this time I just used the second guy because if you think if we order 1,000 pieces and one's at $3, others at $4, that's $1,000.
Yeah.
Just off a $1 difference per shirt.
Yeah.
So that's that. But that's kind of how I look at it. So we talked about our fall, and then it's getting close to Black Friday. And I was thinking for Black Friday to come with the tone on tones. What do you think on that? Gray on gray, black on black, red on red. What do you think about that?
I think that'll be pretty smooth. I mean, if that's gonna be the theme that we go with,
Yeah,
as long as as long as we can come out with a dope design for it. I mean, at this point, it's probably gonna sell itself. I mean,
yeah,
especially with Black Fridays, because nobody's gonna be going to stores like that. I'm already seeing these huge corporations like Walmart. They're already prepared for people to not even come into store. So
hmm
everybody's mindset, whether it's just dealing with quarantine regulations or just thinking about public health and safety, they're just gonna go for online shopping. So
right,
I say for sure, yeah, tone on tone. That's something that we haven't done before, so we can
right.
make it an exclusive sale.
Yeah. But it's just an idea. I still don't have something. Or should we just come with like how our background is right here? This red H, black B, yellow C, green U with the grad in black. Should we come with that and put that on, the whites and the blacks?
Honestly, this is just an idea. We should do that for Kwanzaa. And the only reason why I say that is because one of the best things that I've noticed about this year is that, in the midst of all of these protests going on and, people speaking out more than ever before when it comes to what's going on as far as racism and oppression within the country still, people put like a huge emphasis on Juneteenth. And I was so
Yeah.
proud. I was genuinely proud. This is the first time in my life that I can say, in my 22 years of age, people were really asking, what is the move for Juneteenth?
Yeah.
It has never been like that within this country. And to see everybody take that same energy that they put towards 4th of July and put it towards Juneteenth and just make it bigger, it was really dope to see. And I think
Yeah, that's real.
right. I think that we can continue that trend and just put in a bigger appreciation on the holidays that we got within our own community. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, that's great. That's a great idea. That's sign seal deliver for Kwanzaa. Yeah, 'cause these
Really?
Kwanzaa colors. Yeah, that's perfect. Yep, that's a great idea. Good stuff, Caleb. That's good
Mhm.
stuff. Cool. Thinking out loud. Everybody gets a chance to see us think out loud.
For real, behind the scenes, major.
Right. Right. That'll be cool. So we'll go tone on tone Black Friday, and for a week, whatever however long we do it, and then once Kwanzaa, just do it during Kwanzaa week. Only selling these shirts during Kwanzaa.
Yep.
Great idea. Great idea. Did you watch that The Last Dance?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What'd you think about that, man?
Some people just will never get it. Some people will just never get it when it comes to that man Mike. Like, I saw all the comments when it came to the last dance. I think everybody was watching that. Like everybody and their mama had to be watching that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it's just a living testament to that man Michael's work ethic. You know what I mean? And if you really pay attention to it, it's just great stuff to not only watch but study.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
every situation that he had to go through or face head on, he found a way to dig deeper within himself and to find that single motivation to push him even harder and harder. You know what I mean? Whether it was intentional or not. I mean, obviously, I'm sure that there was some times to where like he really got mad for nothing at all. Somebody probably told him good morning. He was like, I took right and 50. But that's what it takes. To be amongst the best, you have to sometimes be obsessed to the point to where people can't, they can't soak it in for what it really is. You
Right.
know what I mean? And I think it speaks definitely for like business and stuff like that. Like if you really want something
Mhm.
that badly, you have to completely obsess over it. You know
You
what I mean?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I think it was the best docuseries of all time to me. I think I don't know. I got a chance to see Mike, like that shot that he hit over Cleveland when he over Elo, like I was there.
Oh,
That shot that he hit over Gerald Wilkins on Cleveland, I was there. Like, so I was at a lot of those games. I remember I was in New York and we were staying at a hotel and they were playing the Knicks. And we'd be like, who is all these guys coming in? Before you know it, it's Pippen, like, oh, the Bulls are staying here. And then Mike came out with a leather coat all the way down to his ankles,
oh,
with two bodyguards right next to him. Like, man, Mike is different, man. And then people said he went out that night, came back in 4 or 5 in the morning, and he hit 50 that next game. And the game was at like 1 o'clock. So Mike was, his competitive greatness is only on par with who I've seen: Tiger Woods, um, Mike Tyson, probably a Barry Bonds. Like he was just competitively great. So with you being of the LeBron era, who do you have, LeBron or Mike?
that's easy. I gotta go with Mike. I
Yeah,
have to.
yeah,
I mean, it's tough because it's LeBron. Like come on.
right.
He completely changed the game, whether people want to admit it or not. If you put, I hate the argument of if you put LeBron in the '90s, he wouldn't be able to dominate as much as he does now. But what people have to understand was that the same ingredients that it took to make Michael as great as he was the same ingredients that it took for LeBron to get to where he is now. You just have to have that dog within you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And
You gotta
if
be a dog.
you feel me, like if you put LeBron, against somebody like say the Bad Boys Pistons, you know what I mean, the
Mm.
Pacers, the Knicks. you know, those are sink or swim moments. You know
Mm,
what I mean? Either he would have folded, or
yeah,
if he did fold, then either he either would have made the choice to come back harder, or just be complacent of where he was. He would have still dominated because he that same drive that it took for Jordan to get past those rounds, James had to go through the same stuff.
right. Yeah, yeah, definitely. So, all right, I'm glad we both agree on Mike because some people talk that LeBron stuff, and I'm a LeBron fan. I'm a Cavs fan. Like he's my guy, but
Honestly,
it's not even close to me. Like
um,
it's like you got Michael Jackson, then you go way down here, then you got some other people. It's like you got Jordan, then you go all the way down here. Now we can start talking about some other people. Mhm.
I say it's Jordan, and then like a couple notches down, maybe like a step and a half down, you got Kobe, and then like you got I can't put Ron over Kobe. I just
Well,
that.
that's for another day. I got LeBron. I got LeBron over Kobe.
Hey, that's tough.
That's tough because he was even his first three. He didn't win the NBA Finals MVP. Those were Shaq's teams. He won those other two. So but rest in peace, Kobe. That's tough. Can you imagine if this pandemic had started like a month earlier? Kobe would still be alive with live another 60 years. Like, isn't that crazy? Like, if this pandemic had been the year before, Nipsey would still be alive. Like, it's crazy, man. So, like, when people complain about the pandemic, I just think about my mind just automatically defaults into thinking about the person that would have died in a car accident, but since everything was closed, they didn't go anywhere in their life. So I automatically just default there. So, it's a tough thing. So,
I stopped wanting to complain about this pandemic. I mean, yes, it's very unfortunate. You know what I mean? Speaking for me in my 20s, just being able to live life and understand what I really can do out here in these streets, is definitely like, a setback. I know I can speak for me and my friends. We had stuff planned. And I can say like most of the people that I've seen just on like social media, just being in different circles, everybody was looking forward to this year
yeah,
being so good. I never seen so many people bet on a year being so good prior to it even coming. But
yeah,
I think the biggest thing is like you got to come out this thing, grateful and with a different mindset. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
at the same time that we could be complaining, like how we talking right now, we didn't have plenty of time to think. You know
yep,
what I mean? Analyze, the trends that we really been turning a blind eye to.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Or just, thinking about the different habits or the different ideas that we really wanted to put into fruition. And you couldn't even do that is because you were too busy having to be obligated to your daily life before quarantine even happened.
yeah,
I think the people that have been putting their time towards, their other goals and aspirations or just trying new things, not
hmm,
to be complacent during this quarantine. Those are the people that might have a different perspective than those that are saying like, this shouldn't even be going on and stuff. I mean, obviously it shouldn't be going
right, exactly. Obviously, you're right. That's real,
on.
man. What else I wanted to talk about was forex and Ray Bans. Man, I see people posting stuff on Instagram, and I see forex trader in their bio. And I'm not one to judge, and I don't think my ways are the right way. But
Let me take another sip to that.
I've seen some different what do you call them? Pyramid schemes. I've seen some different scams over my 38. I'll be 39 next month. I've seen a lot of different things, and this just seems like without looking deep into it. And I'm pretty sure all the forex people are gonna come beat us up in the comments. That's we're expecting that. But if you do forex and you have something to say, make sure you comment down below. Make sure you
For
comment.
sure. For sure. For sure.
But and then you see those messages about Ray-Bans and all that stuff. And you're much heavier on Twitter than I am. What do you think about all these money-making opportunities?
I'm gonna touch on both. First off, both are reasons that I don't like social media anymore. Like, I'm not even gonna front with you, Todd. If it was not for HBCU Grad, I swear I would have deleted Instagram and Twitter for at least like a month. And it's not even to say, well, first with Forex, for me, whether you look at it as a scheme or opportunity, however you want to look at it, I think the main problem that threw people off with Forex was their first introduction into it or the first impression that they give people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of glamour that is being advertised with Forex. And it's not to say that the glamour cannot be replicated by somebody that wants to try it themselves.
Right.
But it paints a much more different truth than what Forex really is. Forex is the stock market.
Right.
You know what I mean? Forex itself, I'm not even going to start on the teams that people are building. Forex itself is trading.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that within any aspect pretty much, whether it's foreign exchange, whether it's cryptocurrency, whether it's stock themselves. So you got to understand that that's one of the things that is not built for everybody. You know what I mean? There's a saying that I hear all the time: scary money don't make money. And that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That is very, very true. But not everybody is built to be in the stock market, and not everybody is built to invest in, currency and stuff like that. At the same time, I can say I've seen people make it into great opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
I will not even deny it. I have seen some pretty nice success stories when it comes to Forex, especially within the last year.
Mm-hmm.
What I have not seen is the match energy when it comes to transparency.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Forex, a lot of the answers that you may get from people are often transparent and or vague most of the time. You know what I mean? It lets you know that you have to stick to a program and you have to be consistent.
Right.
But that's the same thing that we do with HBCU Grad. Like I said, when I joined, we were at 40,000. We stayed consistent. Now look at where we're at now. That's
exactly.
That's basic knowledge right there that you can apply to anything.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to understanding, potential losses or what to expect, as the growing pains when it comes to going into Forex. So just how to really even touch the money that attracted you in the first place.
Exactly.
That type of stuff is really what holds a lot of people back from doing Forex.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to those Ray-Ban glasses, that is the COVID of Twitter. Let me go ahead and put that is a contagious disease. I have checked so many Twitter DMs thinking that I'm about to get sent a set of graduation pictures or a post. All of a sudden, I'm seeing $24.99 Ray-Bans.
You're right.
We wore Ray-Bans almost half a decade, and all of a sudden they're making a comeback.
They're right. Something else, ain't it?
Terrible.
These people, everybody looks for short term instead of long term. Everybody wants that quick fix. Everybody doesn't want to put in the work. They just want the fruits, and you can't have the fruits without the roots,
I think that just, that speaks on, social media. I think that instant gratification that social media has given off it's just been, replicated across business and just people's careers. Everybody thinks, what they see on Instagram and Twitter, that one take that people post, they don't realize that it's out of 50 or 51 posts that they've made, or just that one opportunity that people have been able to capitalize off of has come after a slew of failures.
Exactly.
Them for that moment. And, it's good that we're doing things like this internal meeting now, is because people are able to not only see the process but be able to get a better understanding, as we grow with our own.
Right.
Most people, they don't get that. They get the end result, because the end result is what gets the glamour. And you forget the practice, the game won't even matter.
It won't even matter. You won't even be in shape. Yeah, that's real. Yeah, people don't understand how hard we work. And you've been around 2 years, like creating content every day, 8, 10, 15, 20 pieces a day. That's tough. It's not an easy thing, So, and then responding to more comments and all that.
Yeah.
It's a tough. Like we didn't get to 95.8 by mistake.
Right. Like that was some work, what I mean?
Real work. Now, do you know that we have 972 YouTube subscribers?
Ooh.
We're 28 away from being able to monetize. So if you're watching this, please subscribe.
Yes.
We're begging you. We don't ask for much. We're just begging you to hit the subscribe, right? I think it's right here.
Exactly.
Hit subscribe and comment as well. Comment.
Y'all.
Comment LeBron or Jordan, or comment if you're a Forex trader, what's so good about Forex? Comment that too.
For sure. We definitely gotta, you know what? That's one thing that I would like to do. Podcast episode with an HBCU student or graduate that is deep in the forest. I mean,
seriously.
Huh?
We can find them easy.
For real. Like, I think it should really be held, because a lot of the times I'm seeing videos or, explanatory sessions that they drop, and it's just them. You know what I mean? They're addressing what they would like to address. And not to say that what they're doing is on purpose, but, just to clear the smoke and mirrors about what Forex is to some people, or what it actually is in reality. They can come on and tell us the pros and cons, and actually have a full-on dialogue about, how to get started, how you can really become successful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you want to be on here and you do Forex, comment down below. Comment, please, real quick. What music are you listening to?
I'm gonna be honest. I've been listening to a lot more R&B as of recently.
Okay.
I've been digging deep into like a lot of old stuff for some reason, like Karen White. I started listening to White the other day. SOS Man. Right.
Good music, real good music.
You feel me? Like I just been in the spirit. Even what's his name? Bill Weathers.
Oh, man, what?
Come on now. Like I don't know. I just been in a nostalgic mood. You know what I mean?
Right.
Since people are still having to work and stuff, and everything is closed down, I feel like it's a huge need for music right now.
Yeah.
Just to at least get people out of the bed and get their day started. You know what I mean? It's hard to even get your day started on the right foot in the midst of this pandemic if you don't even, get yourself up in the morning.
Right. That's real. That's so real. So real. Now, how do you get hip to the old ones? Does somebody put you on, or you just listen to like old Spotify playlists? How you get hip to like a Bill Withers?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a lot of flashbacks on what I grew up on, and
Yeah,
it seems to me more and more like my mother. She did 20 years in the Navy, but I grew up pretty much on the highway.
right,
So my
right.
mom, she got a Toyota Sequoia, I think when I was young, and as soon as she got that, we were on the road like all the time, whether it was going to visit family in Chicago from Virginia or going
Yep.
to South Carolina or Florida, New York, wherever it was. And
Hmm.
I would just, run back all those memories of, waking up and taking them naps in the back seat and hearing, Run DMC, you know what I mean? Or
Yeah,
TLC, Lauryn Hill, in condition, shoot,
yeah,
Drew Hill.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. All that good stuff.
I definitely try to look up old music from time to time, though, just to go for similar artists
Right,
sometimes. But it's only like if I'm in the mood, you know.
right, right. That sounds good. You know what I've been listening to is that Pop Smoke. That Pop Smoke, man. 50 executive produced it, and it's crazy that this man is dead when his debut album is coming out, and his album is nice, man. His album is nice, and I had never even heard of him until he died. So I wasn't even hip to him. So like that was kind of like one of my blind spots. And man, the Pop Smoke got something.
He was blowing up. It's First off, it's super sad to know that man is missing. You know what I mean? He was younger than me, and
Yeah,
that's a huge problem. You know what I
right.
mean? Because I already know I'm young, so for him to be younger than me and have that much potential gone, terrible. Like I still listen to Pop Smoke's record to this day. Like Snitching is probably one of my favorite records to get up and go to work to. Like just
Yeah,
besides old school, I listen to that. I listen to the Woo.
yeah,
Yeah, the 50 and Roddy. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Pop Smoke. I didn't know he made good music. I know he made a couple good songs, but man, he got a nice album. Yeah, a nice album. So yeah, I've been listening to that Pop. Um, and that's it, man. So you got anything else? If you don't have anything else, you know,
Subscribe to YouTube.
subscribe to YouTube.
Comment
Subscribe.
below and subscribe to YouTube.
Right, right, and do it right now.
Right.
We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.